Well, good morning from the Naumann Tent Site and Mitzvah Hut. I don't know how well you can see it behind me, but there was a glorious sunrise this morning. But now I got mountains to climb, a lot of them. Today's probably going to be the hardest day of the entire trek. Everybody talks about the presidentials. Lots of the trail is actually easy, but sections of it are just one boulder after another, stepping from boulder to boulder, praying you don't break an ankle. So, and the first ascent up Pierce, I've never gone up it, but I've come down it, and it was hard. And so I'm not expecting an easy morning. Once I get to the summit of Pierce, I'm probably going to stop and have some breakfast. But for now, time to get moving. And this is right off the bat. I haven't even gone a quarter mile, and it's been like this. This is a challenging ascent for sure. Not from a technical standpoint, but from a physical standpoint. Well, Pammy, here we are, first summit of the day. Yep, good old Franklin Pierce, that is. But we got a lot of hills to climb today. If you look behind us, you can see George and Ike. It's going to be a long day. Some of those we climb, some we don't. I've decided I'm going to take the official AT route, which bypasses a lot of the summits. But with as many miles as I've got and as many feet of elevation as I've got, I don't think adding extra bonus miles is a good idea. Do you? He thinks I'm a wimp. Anyway, my shout out for this summit is anonymous. Somebody who chose not to reveal themselves when they donated. So whoever you are, much appreciated. Yes, Pammy says thank you. All right, moving on. And we got some decent views coming up too. Okay, Pammy, we're on the summit on the presidential range, but it's not a president. You know who it is? Ben Franklin. We're on the summit of Mount Franklin. I've always skipped this in the past. Today I decided to do it. But we can't stay long because we still got a long way to go, and we got to get to George, Washington, that is. Got to get over that one and then down into the tree line by tonight. There's the easy way down, but that ain't my way. I just gotta find the trail now. Okay, Pemmy, heading out. This place is getting a little crowded for me. Besides, that mountain ain't gonna climb itself. I gotta get moving. Holy cow, what a day. Absolutely brutal. Hardest day by far of the entire trip. 16 miles, almost 5,000 feet of elevation gain. My feet are killing me. And I'm worried that I may have injured my Achilles tendon on my right foot. It's supposed to rain tonight, but not a whole lot. It's supposed to be windy today, or tonight, and tomorrow, and pretty much forever on this particular ridgeline. But I got my Pemmy here. I got my hammock set up. And tomorrow's a resupply day, and I'm going to ask them to give me a ride into Gorham, see if I can find a place to stay for a day, maybe 2, and then based on that, I'll decide whether or not I can continue on. Because if I've injured my foot, I'm not gonna push further. I'm not going to risk a permanent injury just to complete this. But I'm so close. I'm so close. So, praying, and we will see what tomorrow brings. Good night. Good morning, friends. Rough night last night, but I actually slept more than usual. Wind throughout most of the night. It finally calmed down. Didn't start raining, I don't think. It might have sprinkled a little bit, but there was certainly no real big rain. But I'm pretty wiped out. I'm definitely going to take a Nero and probably a 0 tomorrow. We will see how I feel at that point and go from there. But first, we still got to get out of the mountains. So, time to pack up and start moving down. It's a fun bridge.
You know what?
It's a fun bridge.
It is. I always love these.
Nothing says hiker trash like washing your socks in the sink. And the thing is, that's the same pair of socks and sock liners that I've been wearing for the last 50 miles or so. You can see how nasty they are, and I'll wash them 3 times and the water will finally start to look a little more clear. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Pammy. Well, today is day 16, and I'm taking another 0. It wasn't planned, but because yesterday was the last day when I had a pre-planned connection, my timeline is a little more flexible now. I still have limited time because I've got to get back to work, but it looks like I'm going to do 2 more days in the Whites. So I'm going to go to the Rattle River Trailhead and do the Moriah Carter section backwards. Yes, backwards. You get to do that, so long as it's a continuous footpath. So I'm going to go from the Rattle River Trailhead to where my trail angels picked me up. And I have to admit, they went so far above and beyond in helping me, it's not even funny. They picked me up, and the guy that I was hiking with gave him a lift up to Walmart, and then took him back to the trailhead because he couldn't afford to take a day. My legs were killing me. I know there's not a whole lot of video of it because it was just too hard to video on the way down, but the descent down Madison really took it out of me. So I took a Nero yesterday because it was about 3 miles to the trailhead, and then they brought me to their hotel room, got a cot for me so that I could sleep in their hotel room, and then extended their hotel stay by a day, and then left so that I get their hotel room. I mean, it's amazing. And, you know, I offered to pay, and they refused, of course. So they're great people, and I really appreciate it. Pemmy likes you too. So Walt, Marianne, thank you very much. It was greatly appreciated. So today is a 0. I'm gonna relax, maybe hit the swimming pool, maybe walk into town a little bit, but not really a lot to do. I got most of my chores done yesterday, but my foot really needed a break. My Achilles tendon was killing me on the way down from Madison. So I really want to give it a good break because I'm 4 days from finishing. I'm almost there. I don't want to screw it up now. So maybe I'll get some shots from around the hotel or something. But for now, Amy and I are out. So one thing that I want to do today that I've been very bad at, I've been trying to remember to do my shout outs when I get on summits, and I get up on the summit and I forget all about it, or there's weather coming and I'm in a rush to get down. And so I decided I would just knock this out here in my hotel room that does not look like your typical hiker trash hotel room. Most hiker hotel rooms, well, they're a little messier than that, but I've got everything under control. So first shout out is for my cousin Sue. She's a fellow veteran and she donated, I'm guessing probably for the same reason I got started in this, the statistic that 22 veterans every day take their own life, and that's way too many. Way too many of our brothers and sisters in arms who succumb to, let's be honest, poor mental health care by the VA system in a lot of cases. Next is Keith. He's actually one of my bosses. Really cool dude. Thanks, Keith. We appreciate it. Another friend named Michael. He is also involved in the veteran world, so I appreciate him thinking of our fallen brothers and sisters in arms and supporting me in this. Dan, who kind of started it all with my hiking journey. You heard me talking about his book, The Adventures of Buffalo and Tough Cookie. So thank you, Dan. And finally, Karen. I don't know Karen. Don't know who she is. She heard about me. She donated. So thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. That's really all the donations that I have. Looking at the numbers, unless there's a sudden rush come in, I'm not going to make my stretch goal, so I will not be doing the Mahoosuc section. And unfortunately, at this point, I kind of have to make the call because I have to make arrangements for a ride to pick me up and such. So I'm making the call now. I did not make my stretch goal. If you donated after I filmed this and it pushed me over the edge, my apologies. I'll go back and do the Mahoosuc section some other time, but I won't be able to do it in this trip. So that's all for my shout outs. Sorry. But it's a pretty chill day. I think I'm going to walk down and get some food somewhere. Well, welcome to day 17, and we have definitely been here before. I'm at the Rattle River trailhead, heading up towards Mount Moriah. So I decided I was going to do this section southbound because logistically it's easier. So today I'm trying to get to the Imp Tent Site, and then tomorrow I got to get back to the, what's it called? Great Gulf Wilderness Trailhead, where the Trail Angels picked us up before the 0. I'm feeling rested. My Achilles tendon is feeling much better, so I think I can do this. And this first 1.5 miles is a pretty easy hike to the shelter, and then it starts going up. And then once I get up, there's a down, but that's something I got to show you. There is the 1900 mile mark for the AT. Now, obviously, I have not done 1900 miles, but I believe I'm at 133. So, going this way, A little bit of rain today, probably gonna get wet, but in a way that's a good thing because that means that the water sources that have been dry lately will be in better shape, hopefully. I was told that the water source at Imp was barely trickling and scoopable, but just barely. The good news is, with all this rain, it should be flowing better. So here we go. Let's do this. Well, it's been a lovely afternoon and a lovely evening here at the Imp Tent Site. I did about 9 miles. It's a really good day. I thought about pushing on and decided, no. Every time I push on farther than I plan, I end up regretting it the next day or having to take a 0 or something. And I mean, I've only got 11 miles tomorrow and I've got a hotel waiting for me. So I might as well take my time and go and do the ascent up North Carter, which is pretty steep on fresh legs. And lovely group of people here, some southbounders, some northbounders, just really good evening, very peaceful. It's chilly, but not super cold. It's not supposed to rain. We're supposed to have good weather the next few days. So I'm really optimistic that things are going to go well and I'm going to finish in the next couple of days. Plan is 3 days from today. Tomorrow I go from here to the Great Gulf Wilderness Trailhead, which is where the Trail Angels picked me up before I took my Nero and Zero. And then I'm going to hitch up into Gorham to my hotel, spend the night there. Then I hitch back to where I started this morning and go north, and only 2 more days. So got a plan. It looks doable. Looking forward to it. So good night all. See you tomorrow.